Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome back to the extra video of the day. We're doing more league discussions, one because I enjoy doing them, and two, you guys seem to like them, so it's kind of, again, a win-win. So again, we're going to go with a format that we have multiple topics to talk about in this episode. A couple of them are a little bit controversial, so there's that. But I will say just one thing, because some people have actually asked, what do I have to prepare for these type of videos going into them? Absolutely nothing. The only thing that I have nowadays is on Discord or wherever I get the discussions from. That's it. That's what I have. So I've got like a list of topics that I can potentially talk about, and I don't prepare anything more. I've just generally always been quite good at live talking. I was on a debate team. I did public speaking back in the day. So it's not really anything new to me. So yeah. Plus, I'm too lazy to script stuff. The idea of scripting videos and reading off a script, that to me sounds like living hell. That's why I would probably never make a good actor. But anyway, let's get into it. So, the first topic for today is going to be how do you, in general, determine what type of player are you? Are you an aggressive player? Are you a mid lane person? Are you a top lane person? Are you a support? Are you passive? There's all different ways you can kind of word how you are as a player. And how do you know what you are? Well, the simple answer is most people that play League, actually, they don't know what they are. They kind of sometimes settle too early without experimenting everything. Or they think they're something, but really they're not. And I will say this as a general rule right now. If you are not above Platinum in Ranked, you probably have not found your correct playstyle. You're probably still looking for it. And you could be somebody with over 2,000 games on one champion, and I would say the exact same thing to you, but probably even more so. If you're somebody in lower rating and you're a one-trick on your main champions and you're still low rating after one-tricking, you're on the wrong champion. It's pretty much that simple. You haven't found that champion that connects with you, because you probably can't kind of climb easier if you do. So what do you do? How do you find it out? Well, again, I hinted at it, 20 seconds ago. Experimentation. The reason, or one of the big reasons why I climbed from Silver to Diamond 1 in Season 3 is because I knew what type of player I was. How did I know that? Because my first 2 seasons of playing League, Season 1 and Season 2, I played so much random stuff in normal games that I kind of found out what I liked and who I was and what I did well with. Even in normal games, I found that out. And what I found out was back then, I was an aggressive mid lane type player. And look what happened in Season 3. I played aggressive mid laners and aggressive junglers and aggressive top laners. And I got to Diamond. And I got to Diamond 1 from Silver because I knew what was good for me. And that's what I'd suggest, is you experiment. You don't bog yourself down, especially if you're new to the game. I've seen some people talk to me and they're like, oh yeah, I've been playing League for 3 months and I'm already a one-trick. Like, what? Like, no, that's not what you should do. Like, your first year or two of playing League should be kind of going nuts and playing as much as you can, experimenting, seeing what you're good with, and then go, okay, I'm good with that stuff. Let's go on that direction. Don't do it too early. Really don't do it too early. So again, just to kind of say, if you are of a lower rating person, and I'm going to say Platinum and below, and you're a one-trick or a main, or you've already got a set champion pool, maybe think again. Maybe think again, because in my opinion, you probably haven't found your champions, or you probably haven't found what type of player you are, whether you're aggressive or passive or teamwork or solo. You probably haven't found it out yet. So do that. Play normal games if you have to. Play ranked. Just do as much as you can to kind of learn it. Look at your stats. What are you good with? What are you bad with? What do you win on is something, again, that people underestimate. It's okay having a good KD, but KDs don't give you wins. Look at your win rate as an individual and go, oh, I thought I was really good at Riven, but I've got a 25% win rate in 40 games. Don't play Riven anymore. That's just common sense. But that's pretty much it when it comes to that topic, is just be open to new stuff. Don't close yourself off too early, and highlight what you're good at. If you are only good at one champion, then go for it. But I would wager most people kind of settle too early on one-tricking or maining. And by the way, this can go from, this is not talking about, don't be a one-trick. This could be, say you're a Riven one-trick, but it's not going very, very well for you. You're in Silver. Maybe you stopped too early looking for other champions. You're like, oh, I enjoy Riven, I'm just going to one-trick Riven. Maybe if you just kept playing a few more champions, you would have started playing Darius, and maybe you're better on Darius, but you don't know that because you stopped when you picked up Riven. That's why I say experiment. Find out what you are. Find out what you're good with. And if that does mean that, you know, you're a Riven one-trick now, you go on Darius in normal games, you start wrecking, you become a Darius one-trick, and you climb more, then there you go. You just found that something that's better for you. That's the point. Experimentation, everybody. The next one is the more controversial topic, but I'm sure we all have our opinions about it. And this is talking about the whole BOOB streamer thing that's happening on Twitch at the moment. So it is partially league discussion because this is affecting League of Legends Twitch streamers. There have been some that have joined in the controversy a little bit too much. And again, one thing I want to make very clear, this isn't about offending people at all. The people that do this, they're just hustling. They're making their money. They're doing something that they have been given, I guess, and they're using it to survive. So that actually is smart. The people that are enabling this to happen is one of two groups. One, Twitch. Two, the people that watch these people. That's it. The person that's actually doing it in front of the camera with the low-cut top, I don't really blame them at all. They're just on the hustle. They're doing what I'm doing. You know, I don't use this, let's say. I use this. It's just a bit different. There's somebody who's probably funny on Twitch. He uses his humor. I use my knowledge and experience in League. That's why people watch me. Other people watch them for their personalities. So there's that. There's nothing wrong with that person. But in my opinion, what needs to happen is Twitch needs to have more set guidelines. Now, recently, again, companies do this all the time. They kind of do shadow policies that they kind of make new policies but don't tell anybody, and then it affects people. So if you don't know, there has actually been an answer to this. And maybe I know a bit more because I'm obviously a Twitch partner. But people have actually been getting banned from Twitch. The actual BOOB streamers themselves have been getting banned. But people haven't been realizing the one thing that they are linking it to is if they provide a service for, let's say, pictures, the lewd pictures on a Patreon or Twitter or something like that, if that is linked to your Twitch account, that it's below your Twitch stream, hey, go be a Patreon and you get these pictures, blah, blah, blah. Those are the type of ones that have been banned, and I fully agree with that. Like, again, that's not to do with streaming. That is becoming, you know, a little bit more of a problem, let's say. So that makes sense, but they haven't officially announced that. So people are still talking about this topic like I am right now. Hopefully I'm teaching people that there is something happening here and there is an answer that, you know, Twitch is coming up with, but Twitch hasn't publicly said it. So there's still going to be people talking about it in a negative way. And my general rule of thumb is this. So it's not the person who's doing it. It's not the person who's, you know, blah, blah, blah. My general rule, if you go on Twitch right now, I will never click on a stream, whether it's, you know, BOOB streamer or male streamer or whatever, if the camera is bigger than the gameplay. That is where I personally draw the line, that if you have League of Legends on the screen and the camera of the person is bigger than League of Legends, that's where I'm like, yeah, okay, you are doing something on purpose here. That's where I would draw the line personally. But if it's just, you know, a female and she just has that going for her, but she has the same camera angle as me, that's just a little box in the corner, I don't see the problem. You know, I really don't see the problem. There are a few amazing female streamers. One I would actually just say personally, Kelly Jean. I've worked with her on Twitch stage before. She's awesome. Like, people, I don't think watch her for that way. I think they actually do watch her because she's genuinely nice and she does stuff for charity. But she just happens to have them. Like, that's okay, bonus, I guess. But she's probably maybe a rarer personality in this world. But she's amazing, so I'd recommend her. And what I would say, and I've spoken to a couple of female streamers about this, because I'm, you know, interested. I'm like, I don't really have a male equivalent of this. Is that some of them who are, let's say, the more genuine, just gameplay and personality streamers, they actually are probably the most annoyed people about this whole situation than everybody, because it's harder for them to kind of be treated seriously because everybody kind of expects this kind of thing. It's like everybody expects me to wear, you know, that kind of top and bend over and stuff like that, and that's not them. They're actually a genuine streamer. So the people that are getting this worse out of everybody is the genuine good female streamer, and please do not forget that, because I imagine it's going to be annoying for them. because they just want to stream like me. They're just, let's say, a female equivalent like me, but maybe they're a bit more fun than I am, humorous than I am. Maybe they sing, and that's what their stream is. And they're getting a little bit of heat because everybody expects something else now. So that's the topic that is a bit controversial. It'll be interesting to what you guys think. Again, I don't blame the person who's in front of the camera because they're just making use of a situation. There's nothing against the rules as long as you're not in the full nuddy. There's no rule against it. You know, Twitch has not got a clear policy, and by not having a clear policy, it enables Twitch to kind of pick and choose who they ban. Now, one thing I will say, what I don't agree with in this whole thing, is there have been also some Twitch streamers who are males who have spoken out against this type of thing, and they have been banned. I disagree with that full-heartedly. They should not be banned to just speak their mind about the platform they're on. Just to kind of give you a comparison, one dude got banned for talking about it, and I think he got banned for either a day or a week or something like that. And there was another Twitch streamer, female, who was, let's say, doing a little bit of bonus work down below when she got donations. She got banned for 1 day. Again, we can talk about biases, but if a dude did that, permaban probably, and there have been examples of that. Like, there is a little bit of inconsistency there, and that comes from a very loose rule set. If there was a strict rule set, then all the bans would be the same. Because it's so loose, it depends which Twitch staff is putting the ban. If it's Bob, he may only give them person a 1 day ban. If it was Fred, he may give them a week. Because it's so loose, they can interpret whatever they want. So that's that topic. So hopefully we'll have some civil discussion down below. Please let me know what you think, because it's a topic that kind of affects us if you do watch Twitch. And again, the group of people that I feel most sorry for isn't my group at all. It's the normal female streamer that just wants to stream. I've been in Twitch chats of female streamers, and looking at the chat is awful. You know, people are saying do this, do that, and they're not that type of stream. It sucks. It really sucks. Big time. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. It's an interesting topic anyway. The last one people want me to talk about is about just generally LCS in general. So the League Championship Series. I've spoken about it briefly before, but this one's going to be more talking about why should you start watching it now more so than ever. So if you've never got into professional play, you never watched it, you never been interested, why I think you should be watching it now more so than any other time in League history. The basic thing is we have had the biggest shake-up and I will say this is mainly for North American LCS. European LCS has kind of been left behind in this, so unfortunate, but that's just the way that it goes. And I really do want EU LCS to succeed. But anyway, let's just mainly talk about NA LCS, I guess. Hopefully EU LCS is only about a year behind of this, by the way. But franchising obviously just came in to NA LCS, which means that there's been a massive injection into every single professional team that has been accepted into the professional league. We're talking millions of dollars here per team, and even so much so some of the players' salaries are for millions of dollars a year. Like Doublelift, we don't know his specific figure, but he just signed a 3-year deal with Team Liquid. Trust me, that's not cheap. So that's for example. So we've had the biggest kind of shake-up when it comes to money and that type of thing with LCS, which means, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the North American LCS, is this the time when the North American LCS is going to start taking itself even more seriously. It's obviously been a serious thing for years, but when you compare, whenever people compared LCK to North American LCS, people said there's no comparison. A lot of it was money. In LCK and how Korea works, professional gamers have been a thing in Korea for 20 years, since Brood War, a game called StarCraft Brood War. The idea of professional gaming in North America and that type of thing has been, what, 10 years and under in North America and Europe, so it hasn't been treated as seriously. Finally, we've had that massive injection of money for the North American LCS, which pretty much means that they have to take it seriously because they are going to have corporates above them. These aren't just little organizations. These aren't just like little teams anymore with a friend group. You have a corporate boss now above you that wants and demands performance. That's a lot more pressure. That's a lot more seriousness going on. That's a lot more, just professional play and professional atmosphere going on. So right now, this upcoming season, I reckon it's going to be more serious than ever. Saying that, Another reason why I think it's going to be interesting is because with all the transfers that we've just had in this offseason, and they're still going on, some teams haven't announced their squad yet, but there have been so many people going from one team into another team and then into another team. There's been so many of that kind of switching and changing. TSM, their last season's squad, is now spread into like 4 different teams. That means there are relationships there that are strong relationships, and people are going to be wanting to beat people more, rivalries, emotions into it. It's going to be crazy like that. Like, you know, after every game, someone made a joke that after every game, everyone gives everybody a handshake. But if you were like ex-teammates, you may have given each other a hug. Everyone's going to hug each other now because everybody's been a teammate of everybody by now, which again gives more emotion to it. It's going to mean every single game means that much more, because every single game they're going to be announced, oh, so now we've got Team Liquid versus TSM. Obviously, Double Lift used to be on Team Liquid. Oh, now we've got Cloud9 versus TSM. Or we had Svenskeren that used to be on TSM. We've now got Optic, who's a massive thing in Call of Duty, and now they're coming in, seeing what they can do. There's going to be so many headlines and headline games. Every game is going to be important. And that's one thing that they've always struggled with in all the professional play, is that there are popular teams and there are obviously less popular teams, especially in, let's say, Europe, that sometimes the view count dwindles below 40,000. If, and hopefully if, EU LCS follows suit and becomes franchises, what I think franchising does is give a bigger backbone to each organization and a bigger fan base to each organization. Let's say you've been, I don't know, a CLG fan for years, but then you support one of these brand new teams that have been bought out by one of the basketball teams, whatever they are, and you support one of those basketball teams. Are you now going to become one of those fans? The answer is probably yeah. Like, if it's your basketball team and now they've got a League of Legends team, I probably would. Like, that's awesome. You can support both of them in the same kind of world. Gives it more of a backbone, gives it more emotion. So that's what I'd say, is if you've never watched pro play, never been interested, but you've been kind of thinking about it, this upcoming season in January, especially North American LCS, is 100% the time you should be starting to watch. I'm not getting paid to say this, but also as the final point, is it helps you as a player, right? My last discussion was about how you can't compare professional play and solo queue. You have to be careful, but that's one, you have to be careful. You can still get ideas, you can still see mechanically how they're playing, and you can kind of learn from that, and it's just entertaining. So hopefully I've twisted your arm if you haven't. But in the comment section below, let me know who you're going to be supporting in LCS this upcoming season, either NA or EU, which team. I've, as everybody knows, used to be in Team Dignitas, but I never really supported them. I just was in the organization. I was a TSM fan since Season 1. I still want them to do well. I still want them to succeed, but I do not like the personalities of Sven and Mithy. I never have, never will. So, this is the first publicly time I'm kind of saying it. I probably am going to be a Team Liquid fan this season. I love Double Lift. I think he's one of the best personalities in LCS. And, you know, the reasons why I supported TSM, the old school players, they're all gone. You know, I was kind of holding on for the last couple seasons, but my old, you know, Reginald, Odd One, Dyrus, that type of age of TSM, that's kind of over. So I've been kind of thinking about kind of supporting a different team for the past couple years. So Team Liquid might be my team. So let me know what yours is. So if you guys enjoyed this discussion, let me know about everything that we spoke about today. But again, be civil. We're all adults, hopefully. Again, like it, subscribe. If you've got any more topics, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.